We all love our tube amps. We love the warm tone they get. We love to turn them up and get that natural breakup out of the tubes. Is there ever a good time to use a solid state amp? I think there is. I'll give you a few examples. Sometimes the music dictates when you're going to use a solid state amp. What if you're recording a pop tune and you want a super crystalline, clean pop sound? Very Andy Summers-ish. That might be a good time to try a solid state amp, maybe a jazz Roland chorus or something like that. Sometimes the gig dictates it. Maybe you're doing a jazz gig and you need a good clean sound. Guys for years have been using polytones, jazz Roland choruses. Right now I'm using a Roland Cube 40 XL. I get a lot of different sounds. It's light. I can plug my 175 straight into it, no pedal board, and get through a whole gig. It's cool. It sounds fine. I don't play heavy metal, but I know that some guys prefer like the Randall solid state sound, the Dimebag Darrell sound. That could be a thing. That could be a time when you use a solid state amp. I'll use one when I'm teaching. I have a little crate amp in my studio. It's got 2 inputs, a built-in tuner. It gets a bunch of different sounds. It's fine for the little room I teach in. That's a good time to use one. Sometimes the load-in will dictate what you're going to do. Recently I did a gig with a big flight of stairs, and it was also a jazz gig, so I had a couple of incentives to just take a light amp. I could plug right into it and do the gig and load in and out, no problems. Sometimes the guitar dictates when you're going to use a solid state amp. What if your gig is you on acoustic guitar and you're plugging into an acoustic amp? 9 times out of 10 those amps are solid state. They get great sounds. What if your guitar is a pedal steel guitar? For years people have used giant PVs, 200 watt PV, like a Session 400 with a 15-inch speaker. Sound great. Lots of clean headroom. Another example, and maybe my final one, is they make great backup amps. What if your tube amp goes out on the gig? This happened to me a few months ago. I was in Lake Charles playing at a casino. It was a 3-nighter. On the first night, the first 2 sets went great. Third set, I go up after the break, flip the standby switch, the lights on, no sound. Nobody's home. I spent the rest of the night just air guitaring. In fact, I picked up a paintbrush that happened to be sitting there and just kind of strummed the guitar with that and made a fool out of myself. Everybody was digging it. It was fine, but no sound. Luckily, we had a piano player on the gig, and he was laying down the chords and we got through it. But the next day we had to go pawn shopping. And I ended up finding a little solid state Fender 210 Champion amp. Maybe it's Champion 100, I can't remember now. That's become my go-to backup amp. It got me through the night. It sounded great. It gets a good clean sound. And on some of these variety gigs, I may only be playing country or oldies, 50s and 60s, and clean may be all I need for the night. And that one was reliable and got the sound I needed. So it worked. I've used it probably 4 or 5 times since then. And boy, it sure beats a tube amp that doesn't work. The style of music dictates it. The kind of guitar you're using dictates it. The load in. You can use it to teach. You can use it as a backup. I'm sure I'm missing some examples. Chime in, leave your comments below, let me know what you think. And make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.